Yeah, now this is the next 200 years, guys. Oh my goodness, we gotta pick up our speed, right? Because this is the next 200 years. Where will we be the next 200 years from now? In 200 years, the year 2226, as I said, the time will be calculated on the calendar much different. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it will be counting the way it is now in the next 200 years. Every the time will change, like with how they operate the calendar will all change, I believe. No one will remember we ever existed. Now, if you want to think like that, that's a lazy mentality to live carefree, to just live doubtfully, you know what I'm saying, without taking on the challenge. That is what we're seeing here, and we don't support that. Go live your life on hard mode and do the things that will make it possible for people to remember you in 1,000 years. Remember, I said that. So do not allow these posts to cloud your judgment on how you look at life. Because there's a God, there's a creator, okay? And he loves the righteous.
I woke up this morning, was born out in Kingston and leaving Jamaica abroad, not to England.
This is my page, and the first post here you seeing. Look a nigga stop talk. Pussy them a keep a axe off in a frag of me dog them fully advanced. Black money, black card, rich like who little nigga stop talk. Pussy them a keep a axe off in a frag of me dog them fully advanced. Excellent process. Yeah. Don't bag of money. The yard one a foreign. Give me the bird can't tame some stay same way like me daddy. Black money, black card, rich like who little nigga stop talk. Pussy them a cap a axe off in a frag of me dog them fully advanced. Black money, black card, rich like who little nigga stop talk. Pussy them a cap a axe off in a frag of me dog them fully advanced. We advance academically and professionally, extraterrestrially and even medically. Sell we to everybody, take the molly, superfragically, PSPally, sexually, get the dolly ben reality. In every alley, genitally make Beverly see. Up I do nally, then be clearing on them off me. No go tell Rivali, anti-valley no mediocrity. Black magic, watch fraud. Get a black puss with a black dog. A mad sus, when mad dog. I de left a bad push with the cash card. Black money, black card, rich like who little nigga stop talk. Pussy them a cap a axe off in a frag of me dogs them fully advanced. Black money, black card, rich like who little nigga stop talk. Pussy them a cap a axe off in a frag of me dog them fully advanced. Yes, that's right there. You see me? Tough alive, bad. Yeah, people, pitney. From the young, the old, and sickly. One day, we shall all be right here. Right there. Right there. Yeah, right there. Look at this post. This post have taken me a black or somewhere a forward, thinking ahead, and not the dirty mind type of head thing. Come on, guys, don't get corrupt now. So this post, I seen it last night in my dreams. In my dreams, I need you. Every night in my dream, I go near, far, wherever you are. I will dream of the time when I'm dying and I need you tonight. Are you going to that tonight then? Oh, tonight. Oh, that song they go. I think that's a Cylindian. Tonight. Um, Whatever. Yeah, so this post, trust me, it have me wondering, pondering, but I already have thought of what this post have brought to my mind. These are things we have thought about before in our life, concerning the future. As you seen where this post read, in 100 years, which will be and which is 2126. So now we in 2026, the year 2026, 2026. That's the year we're in now. But 100 years from now, right? When it's 2126, right? 2126, the year 2126. How do you think they'll be saying the year that time around? Do you think they'll be saying the year 2126, or will they be saying the year 2126? Like how we say 2026, you know what I'm saying? We get the better years to say. That's because it's the last days. So therefore, if life were to continue in the reality of this earth for the next 100 years, then they won't be calling it the year 2126, nor will they be calling it the year 2126, because the calendar will change by then. The whole thought process of the whole calendar is going to change, right? So just as how in Africa they have they are 8 years behind in time of the Western world, and in other areas of the world that is many years ahead or black. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some are some countries in the East, they're living in the past, while some is living in the future, right? So we all have some point in time where we all live, right? Now, if in the next 100 years, I believe the world will come under one complete order of time, where everyone will share the same time across the equator line. You know what I'm saying? Well, even if it's not that, something is going to have the majority of human being on the planet. If life continues in this earth, in reality, in the next 100 years, right? I think the whole calendar is going to change by then. And, they won't be looking at time or the year the way we're looking at it now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I'm making videos so the people in the future would see that I was before time. I was like, my brilliancy, because a lot of things I prophesy, and it's easy to prophesy and to see things. You just got to know the past to know your future. Don't know your past, you don't know your future. Yeah, if you don't know your past, then you certainly won't know your future. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about action that causes reaction, right? And once you see certain action or a certain number of anything begins to rise, then you could look for the tsunami or the eruption. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's just how it is. Jamaica, we're blessed. Hopefully, Jamaica could still be around, the land we love, right? The next 100 years. Us Jamaican, yes! And they'll have my picture like this, worshiping me for as being the most intelligent human being ever. The future generation shall look at me way more advanced and intellectual than Nikola Tesla, than Elon Musk, than all of your favorites of today. while I shall be the crowd favorites of tomorrow, and the Gaza nation will forever be embedded in the minds of the people as the reigning king and chosen children of God. Yes, the sheep nation that have destroyed the vulture squad, the Pilo Teta Pala Llewellyn. Now, let us get into this post, okay? Because this is very touching, right? Now we're having a little fun with it, but I want you guys to seriously focus on 100 years from now. What is it that you want for your life to entail after your death? I mean, you just want to live a normal life, die, and the next 100 years, no one know you. That's why I've been saying that everyone should be vlogging and share their problem with the world so we can all look into each other problem that we go through our faces daily and see if our habits all contribute to the depressing states of others, or if our habits usually get in the way of others for them to have a messed up day. Because a lot of us as people, we take our bad habits to the streets daily, in public, at our workplace, at our schools, anywhere we have to deal with people. You know what I'm saying? So we wish if everyone would vlog, and just share whatever it is they find necessary, because life is important and we should speak on issues that we don't like. So the future generation in the next 100 years, because technology is becoming advanced and all of this will be stored through future enhancement and advancement, technological, computerized devices will all be able to store these video we make today for the future generation to see. But a lot will be wasted, and the greatest and the most educational and purposeful video content will be appreciated by the future generation. So if what you're doing isn't educational or inspiring, to make people become wiser and better themselves, then you won't make it to the next 100 years, much less future hundreds of years that is yet to come. That will definitely forward for sure, I believe, whether or not God comes for his world, it's crazy. I don't know. I don't know if we really have 100 years on earth before God come to set things straight, But we gotta fight for our rights. We gotta fight for our rights. Yeah, let's read this post. Official Keem have liked this post, the alkaline vlogger. Official Keem, big up yourself. Now this was posted by the Masculine is Riot. That's what the name of this account or the page. It's the username is Masculine is Riot. And I be saying that masculine is mass killing, like a weapon of mass destruction for mass killing. And I'm saying masculine is a mass killing. And shoots up the school and they blame it on Marino and the parents, where were the having at? Now it's a tragedy. Now it's so sad to see in upper classity having this happening and attack Eminem because I rap this way. And they feed me with fuel and fire to burn in the eye of return. And I am whatever you say I am. Because if I wasn't, then why would I say I am? In the paper, the news every day I am. I don't know, that's just the way I am. Because I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? In the paper, the news every day I am. Radio won't even play my jam. I'm so sick and tired of being admired, and I wish if I would buy, not from a label, and top with the fable, and not with the cable, and top with the table. Eminem! Crazy. Let's read this post, okay? By the Masculine is Riot, and Masculine is masculine. Okay, so one day, nobody will remember the streets. No, sorry, my bad. I can read. So the Masculine is Riot caption the post with saying that one day nobody will remember the stress, the embarrassment, the opinions, or the mistakes you keep losing sleep over which is so true. That's why you should live your life and care not and fear not what people may say, like dirty Foota hype. You know what I mean? Because his life is the worst of life. Nobody wants his life. You know, he just get up and talk like he's on a mic. You know what I mean? So live your life. Yeah, I wanna do the paper, just live your life. Hey, I wanna do the paper, live your life. Your life, your life, your life, just live your life. Hey, I'm just on the paper. Don't care what all these haters say. I'm not gonna chase away. Yeah, T.I. and Rihanna. Shout out to them for that. So, yeah, so the first paragraph saying one day nobody will remember the stress, the embarrassment, the opinion, or the mistakes we keep losing sleep over, you know, and I shouldn't even say we, because I don't be stressing myself over some what people think. You know what I'm saying? I've been cross that self confident level, you know what I mean? Ever since I was in my teens. So I'm now stronger of a character from inside. You know what I'm saying? No demon, no curse word can break me. I curse you back and send you back to the grave you came. You know what I'm saying? So in a few generations, our names, voices, achievements, and failure will all disappear with time. No, I don't think so, because technology will keep our voices. You know what I'm saying? It will also keep a lot of our failures, okay? And it won't disappear with time because of the internet, the cameras, you know what I'm saying? Like Terminator, the machines. In a few generations, our names won't be forget. Not mine, at least. Not Vybz Kartel. Not the Gaza Nation. Not World Boss. All right, boss? All right. And maybe that's not depressing. Maybe it's freedom. Right? Well, this is a bit contradicting now. Well, not really. But if you're focusing on what they're saying, which is different from what I'm saying, because I'm showing that they can be wrong and they're actually looking into it one sided. You know what I'm saying? Because they forgot that people are capturing everything on camera. So, you know, nothing is being forgotten. You know, people have everything to look black on here on the internet, on social media. So it will be around, you know what I'm saying? And technology is only improving. So not until we have that final war with machine against man, or the beast, the devil against God people, good against the evil. Not until that day, then maybe we may destroy all the machines and all the camera tricks and flicks, and then, you know, a new beginning will begin or start. You know what I'm saying? A new Genesis where the good shall reign and rule, because we are bound together eventually to fight against all manner of evil. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So this is what they're saying, that it means you don't need everyone's approval. Agree. You don't really need anyone approval, because life is a learning lesson. You know, once you make any choice in life, you should learn from the choice you make. You know what I'm saying? And life is so intricate because you can make the same choice again and see a different result. So you just got to, life is not the result of how people may think that, you know what I'm saying? Because the good people get blessed too, and the bad people get blessed too. So, you know, life is so intricate. But we want to do good, and we want to inspire all of you to do good and believe that your good deeds will not ever go unnoticed, not even in the 1,000 years, because God is there and He is everywhere. So for the sake of, you know, for being everlasting, you must do good, just as how we remember Elijah and all that have done good by the grace of God and for the sake of God and for the sake of humanity. You shall not go unnoticed or unheard. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So do good in your neighborhood and everywhere you go, not just your community. Okay? And one day it will be captured when the world is not paying attention, you know, and then it will be captured and everyone will see that you're naturally a good person. Okay. So it says you don't need everyone's approval, right? And you don't need a fair judgment forever. You don't need to spend your life trying to impress temporary people. You know, basically what this is saying, you know, is that you don't also have to do good, you know. You know, just live your life. Hey, you know, but I'm preaching and teaching that we should do good and the importance of doing good. It is the key for everlasting life. You know what I'm saying? Doing good and practicing righteousness and being or having the interest or the zest for righteousness and practicing righteousness, you know, and show the kids that how important it is to be kind to those who deserve the kindness. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be kind to anyone. Stay away from the dangerous ones. You know what I'm saying? Yes, and let your kids know karate and things like that. Now, um, most of the things we panic about today won't matter at all one day. It will matter to the people that are alive and to God, but it won't matter to you. You know what I'm saying? And that is why I keep telling y'all that in order to be the most righteous or to even be the most evil, it takes a certain high level of intelligence, you know what I'm saying, to come by power through righteousness to go that would take you through Christ himself, right? And also to gain power as an evil man or woman, you need a great level of intelligence, right? To deceive people, to trust that you're gonna do good, and you know, to get that trust as an evil person. So you need high intelligence and skills, you know what I'm saying? So this post is saying, so live fully. It's saying, live fully, take the risk, love your people harder, protect your peace, and stop waiting for the perfect moment. All right, to oh my, to live your life. Let's see what this says. The perfect moment to be something, be yourself, I guess. The perfect moment to be yourself. Okay? And then there's the next sentence or statement that says maybe life was never about being remembered. Maybe it was simply about truly living before you pass, I think. Before time before your time is out. Same thing before you die. Okay, follow masculine is riot to learn gratitude, but to learn gratitude before teaches it the hard way. Before life teaches you the hard way. Right. Yeah. But I mean this user behind the account isn't as highly intellectual and intelligent as I am. And you know, it's not disrespecting anyone, but it's just the truth. You know, they expose the way how they see things from getting their eyes on this post and how their mind perceive, you know. And as I'm showing you how that yeah, because they're saying that it's not about what if life isn't about to be remembered. But why not want to be remembered? Why not strive to be remembered? And instead of just living a life that no one would remember you for, that speaks intelligence, you know, and that speaks of laziness for people like this who see things like that because they want to live life on the easy mode and not on the hard mode and take the challenge, you know, to do something great, to become something great. It's challenging to become something great, but we should always try to accept the challenges and face what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? So there's a little song to this post. I'm allow it to play. You know what I'm saying? Let us play the tune.
In 100 years, who am I? In 100 years in the sky. In 100 years will I die. In 100 years, what am I? What am I? Who am I? What am I? Who am I? Where am I? How am I? Damn am I? Smoke with the bill and call me the most high. Smoke with the bill and call me the most high. Smoke with the bill and call me the most high. Don't tell me to have me got on the most high. Yeah, it's crazy. Like R&B, like rap. Yeah, my niggas died, they in the sky. We press the switch, they fly. Niggas putting pictures on shirts, selling merch they buy. Everything they getting high, they putting on the block, selling rock. Yeah, that's what the way to live. We should be forgiven. In the hand we forgive. Let's flow R&B style. Yeah. Well, that's an opera. I ain't with that music yet, man. I'ma practice though. I need some practicing. Don't go back fisting when you need practicing. Do it like I show speed back flicking. I'm with the Baptist thing. I'm the Baptist king. I'm with that religion. I'm with that imaging. I'm with that sacrilegion. Let's look at slide 2. Slide 2 is crazy.
Yeah, now this is the next 200 years, guys. Oh my goodness, we gotta pick up our speed, right? Because this is the next 200 years. Where will we be the next 200 years from now? In 200 years, the year 2226, as I said, the time will be calculated on the calendar much different. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it will be counting the way it is now in the next 200 years. Every the time will change, like with how they operate the calendar will all change, I believe. No one will remember we ever existed. Now, if you want to think like that, that's a lazy mentality to live carefree, to just live doubtfully, you know what I'm saying, without taking on the challenge. That is what we're seeing here, and we don't support that. Go live your life on hard mode and do the things that will make it possible for people to remember you in 1,000 years. Remember, I said that. So do not allow these posts to cloud your judgment on how you look at life. Because there's a God, there's a creator, okay? And he loved the righteous. Now, here we go again. Not even our great great grandchildren will remember us, is what the post is saying. If you smell what the rock is cooking. Yeah. I mean, I don't remember my great 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 grandparents, right? But I do remember my great grandparents, you know what I'm saying? And I will continue to remember them and remember other important people in my life, because there's family I totally forget and I try not to remember as well, as well as people who passed through our life and have played their part, you know what I'm saying, whether it's friends or enemies, for us to learn how to move on in life, you know? Yeah, now listen, let's go again. In 300 years, damn. And the picture really have us seeing like a world of silence, like a world of death with a picture like this. Because the people who had built these things, we know that they're no longer here on the earth, some of these sculpture from all long ago. But we remember a lot of them. We are educated, and there's a lot of YouTube videos about a lot of the great men and great people who were never taught all these years coming up in school, right? So don't be a fool. Try to live awesome and try to enjoy life and see the purpose and the goodness and the positive side to life, so you can be positive and try not to focus too much on the negative, but learn to embrace it. Learn to embrace hunger, learn to embrace the bad times, so you can remain focused and not get all wild and too excited when things be going great, because it's the bad time that keeps us humble, right? And the good times keep us excited and wilding. Now let's see this. This is 300 years, the year 23 30, is it 23, 30, 26? Yeah, 23, the year 2326. The year 2326. The year 2326. Damn. I gotta smoke some. I'm trying to grasp it, being around, you know? But um I believe God make, like when I say God will come, it's like that big battle of good and bad, you know? And remember, the animals will be a part of the brawl against good and evil. The animals will be a part of it. They'll fight for the sake of goodness. You know, evil people will know to control some of the animals to work in their favor, but love conquers all, right? So love is the most powerful tool and weapon for one to use to conquer anything. Okay? So you can't lose with love doing the right thing. You have the possibility and the higher chance, right? You have most of the probability and possibility to suit your favor doing good. Okay? Now, this is saying that there will be no trace we were ever here. No one will remember our achievements or our failure. And that's a lie, because we do know the failure of many who have died a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? We know of a lot of failure of many great men who have died a long time ago, hundreds of years ago. And I'm sure you guys know too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you guys know what's up. Okay? So I think there's a few more for us to slide to the left to see. I think there's about 10 slides in all. You know what I'm saying? Now let's go. I love the water, the beach, the late evening. This can be a morning too with the looks. And that is so intricate to life, because the evening can look like the early hours, right? Just before the sun comes up, right? It's the same as when the sun goes down, right? Just when the sun goes down. And the night is just like the morning, it's dark, right? And the morning is almost as bright as another time during the day. You know what I'm saying? So everything, the earth, you need intelligence. We must rely on intelligence to differentiate and to examine and to analyze almost everything, right? We must appreciate, we must embrace intelligent young minds, the young ones and the older ones, and have the kids learn of the importance of why it is necessary and why it's imperative for us all to be intelligent beings. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being dunce and uneducated and foolish and stupid and so uncivilized like the dirty gully banking boy named Foota hype and his affiliates and his subscribers, his Pharisees and scribes. Nastiness inside and outside. Bad mind. Okay, now this is the sixth slide we're on, right? And it says everything you're worrying about won't matter. Not even the people you're afraid of being judged by today. Okay? Which makes a lot of sense. Probably not perfect sense, right? Because as I said, all this post and all this slide is promoting or possibly placing the fact that living life or working hard to achieve something isn't as necessary as to them. You know what I mean? Because they're saying stress and other things that we worry about, but it goes way much deeper than that. Because people not just only worry about stress, but they also worry about their achievement, achieving what they want to in life, great things that we should strive for as well. So you have to look at it from both angles, you know what I'm saying? And know that this mindset here is not acceptable by me here. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's going to get more into details and say the things that we shouldn't be so focused or worried about in life. But there are actually things we should worry and focus about. whether or not people are influenced. Just as how there's videos that have made and spent hours to edit, and on YouTube now it's only probably garnered about 10 views and it has been up there for like months. You know what I'm saying? There are videos where you spend so many hours, 6 hours, but it doesn't get the justice you would like for it to get. But I'm pleased and we won't worry about that because sometimes it only help one person to give you that respect. Sometimes it's those videos that bring that one subscriber to you. Then they'll be so appreciative of that one video that isn't getting the attention that you'd like for it to get, but it reached the right people. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you gotta look. You gotta see the good in the bad and see the bad in the good as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, so now it's a scary thought, but also a freeing one. Well, for me, it's more of a freeing one, and I understand it being a scary thought as well. I can understand them saying it, but because of my level of intelligence and experience here on Earth, why it isn't as scary for me. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a blessing and more to be free and more of appreciating the chance for being here to experience the life we live and to add values and, lessons that can help each one to teach one, how to better oneself. Yeah. And I would like to better myself as well. So it's better to be around people, instead of being around grapists and all type of harmful and evil people that can disguise as sheep while they're wolves. You know what I'm saying? Or vultures. Yeah. Now, number 8 slide is saying because it means we were free this whole time. Okay, so 7, we'd have to look back on 7. It's a scary thought, but also a freeing one because it means we were free the whole time, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We were born to be free. Born to be wild. Born to be wild is just like born to being free. You roam anywhere you go. You shouldn't have to be home at night to be considered someone who is sane, because if, people who are homeless or people who wants to be out or people who do not believe in owning a home, but they believe to roam, to travel, instead of just being situated one place. Yeah, so people will think that you're insane when you think like that. And like rich, successful businessmen, they don't believe in houses, a lot of them. They believe in companies. So they would build a company, right? And they would live in their company building, you know, instead of buying a couple houses, which is smart, and can use those house money for other investments and to multiply your earnings and wealth. Yeah. So we were born to be free, born to be wild. That's the lifestyle. Yeah. Let's see the 9th slide. What do that all say? Ding 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 ring ding 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 ding. Now the 9th slide said maybe life was never about being remembered. It was just about being lived. Well, as I said, we already spoke on this, and it's best to accept the challenge of being remembered. And only someone with a basic level of intelligence would think or would want to think or would think that it is okay to think that life was just made to live. There has to be more to life. Look at the water and the sky and the rocks and look at all the blessing, all the mystical. Look at all the animals being earth. Look at all the behavior pattern of our people worldwide. Look at all of the war. Look at all of the selfishness. Look at all of the unlawfulness, all of the biasness, all of the partiality, and all of the unfairness and all of the hatred and jealousy and all of the fight, all of the things that are wrong in this world, why not try to change some of them? Why not try to live to be responsible for changing a lot of these negative things we allow to go by? Why not? Because it's hard. If you can live and turn a blind eye to the problems of this world and not try to implicate yourself and to lend a hand in helping to change the world for the better, then you're a selfish person. You're a selfish person if you chooses to live without trying to solve some of these issues plaguing the world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the murdering, the robbing, the stealing, the exploiting, the graping, the hating, the debating. The nothing is wrong with debating, but a lot of people they can't manage to debate. So once the debate start, then they start hate until they attack and retaliate and violate till someone a lot of time get annihilated. Then they got to get a lawyer to debate for them, right? For their sake, their own sake. They got to get a lawyer to debate for them now. When they had the chance to debate for themselves all along peacefully, right? But because they lack confidence, they're full of ego and lack confidence. And when you're full with ego up here and you lack confidence down here, then you're going to clash like this and you're going to end up in the jail or underground. Because you should have the confidence, if your ego is high, you should have the confidence to say, okay, I was wrong, I'm so sorry. Okay? And that will help to keep your ego high so people can respect you. Right? And if you can manage to keep your ego low, then you're like close to Christ. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at the 10th slide that takes you close to Christ. Okay, so the 10th slide, they're promoting themselves. I love this picture though with the dissolve, what would you say, solvent of a person, like dissolving in the wind. You know what I'm saying? They're promoting themselves on the 10th slide saying, follow us to learn gratitude before time teaches it the hard way. But we haven't seen any sign of any gratitude. Well, the level of gratitude in their message is very low. The fact that they're saying enjoy life just to live, it shows a bit of gratitude, I would say, but it's barely, because if you take on challenges of life and some of the tasks, like, live for the problems in the world and try to change them, that would be more grateful of life. You want others who haven't born yet to come into a better world than what you have came into. That shows a greater level of gratitude, love, and so this allow me to teach y'all gratitude. Subscribe to my channel, even though I don't like to beg subscribers. You know what I'm saying? But we need to make this world a better place. And these posts are having the minds of our people being deterred in a different path, which will only bring more destruction and damages. Because when you leave these posts with just these words, you are leaving your audience to think and to process it the way they want to. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being intelligence, which we know this person behind the post isn't all that intelligent, and it's not any disrespect. And that is why I choose not to just post a post without saying my say involved in the post, so I can make things clear. You know what I'm saying? Like the man in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because when you just throw up some posts without any explanation or details, then it can be detrimental to one's mentality, how they perceive it. So we want to help people to understand how to look at things and take things with a grain of salt when it's dangerous. It's dangerous, like being a seagull, dangerous. Like I dealt with Charlemagne, dangerous. Yeah, so we're going out. This is the last of it. Let me take you out with that song, Light Up My Little Spliff. Excuse me, Lila, light my spliff. Spliff. Joy and just to take a lift.
Bleep, 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 bleep. What is under my nose? That's all, folks. I'm out.